Vandeham Sri Guru.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th Canto, 5th Chapter, text number 32, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 19th of November, 1976, in Vrindaban, India.
Sri Rupam Sakrajatam.
Translation. When Lord Rsabhadeva saw that the general populace was very antagonistic to his execution of mystic yoga, he accepted the behavior of a python in order to counteract their opposition. Thus, he stayed in one place and lay down. While lying down, he ate and drank, and he passed stool and urine and rolled in it. Indeed, he smeared his whole body with his own stool and urine, so that opposing elements might not come and disturb him.
Jari Bhavasa Bhagavan Lokamimam Yogasadhya. So, this is another process of Yoga Siddhi. Ajagar Vritti. Ajagar, python, lying down in one place, eating, passing urine, stool, everything. Ajagar Vritti. Ajagar, the python, it lies down in one place, big python, sometimes covered by the earth, but still he gets his food. Big animals enter into a home of the python. And the python can eat even a full horse, 40 feet of other animals. But still, Krishna supplies him food. He hasn't got to go anywhere. So sometimes saintly persons, they sit down in one place. If Krishna sends him food, he will eat, otherwise he will starve. In our Acharya Sampradaya, Madhavendra Puri, Vrindaban Thakur, they are doing that. In Vrindaban, Vrindaban Thakur, he was blind, he was sitting in one place, and Krishna used to come and supply him milk. So, there is no anxiety for maintenance of the body. There is no anxiety. Shastra therefore says, don't spoil your energy for the matter of maintenance of the body. That is already settled up. Eko jo bahunam vidudhati kama. That is the Vedic injunction. Nityanam, chetanas chetananam, ekaja bahunam vidadhati kama. The Supreme Lord is Nitya, as we are Nitya. Nitya means there is no birth and death. Na jayate na mriyate va. Nitya sasatayam na hannati hannavani parive. This is our constitutional position. And what is the difference between the two nityas? One is plural number and the other is singular number. The singular number, Nitya or Krishna, he supplies food to everyone. Whatever we require, that is already settled up. Therefore, we should not spend our energy for maintenance of the body. That is not required. Tasaiva heta pradeteta kovida nalabhate jad brahmatam aparjada. Our human energy should be utilized only for that purpose which was not fulfilled in other lives. There are 8,400,000 different species of life, and you are changing tatha dehantara prapti by nature's law, prakriti kriyamanani, gunai karmani, according to guna and karma, we are changing our body in 8,400,000 some species and forms. That is by nature's law it is going on. And in nature's law, according to the body, one has to eat, sleep, sense gratification and protection. In that night you see so many dogs. The whole day they could not get food. At night they are crying. And there are other bodies, they are eating nicely. Even the small birds, they have got food. But this dog, they cannot get food. This is God's arrangement. They are condemned life. Otherwise, others are getting food. Why? This body is not getting food. The hogs, they are eating stool. So varieties of life and varieties of position, you cannot change them. That is not possible. So the theories, humanitarianism, Daridra Narayan Seva. Seva, it is not seva. A poor man, you can have mercy, daya. That is allowed. Just like we distribute prasadam, that is, varisheshu, ishare tadadhaneshu, varisheshu visatsu, prema matri, kripa, upekha, kripa. Those who are suffering, innocent, they do not know how to get released from the suffering. They are called balisha. Just like a child. A child is suffering, he does not know how to get relief. So one should take care. They should be given shelter, they should be given cloth, food. It is the duty of the parents. That is natural. So, for the balisha, innocent, it is our duty to show them mercy, give them food, give them shelter, give them an instruction of Krishna consciousness so that he may understand why he is here in this material world, why he is suffering. Kiyami kano more jape taputra. Everyone is suffering threefold miserable condition of life, adhyati, adibhauti, adidaivi. So, the Krishna consciousness movement is meant for showing mercy to the innocent who are suffering in this material world. That is what. It is not Daridra answer that I am very rich man, I am rich Narayan, and therefore I can serve the Daridra Narayan. There is no question of serving them. No. The fact is, everyone is suffering. There is nobody. Because asatgriha. Sada samudvigna dhiyam asatgriha. Anyone within this material world is suffering, full of anxieties. Even the birds and beasts you will find that full of anxiety. Why? Asadgriha. Because he accepted this material body, which is asat, which is temporary. Asatoma, sadgama. Their Vedic injunction is, don't stay in this material existence. Come to the spiritual existence. Sat, Om Tat Sat. This is the civilization. Not to keep the people in ignorance and flatter them that you are making very good advance. There is no advance unless one is interested in spiritual life. There is no. Tasyaiva heta pradatita kovida nalambhati jad brahmatam upari. In this way we are wandering within this universe in different forms of life, in different planets, in different social positions, so many varieties. This is not our life. Our life is to regain our spiritual consciousness, revive our spiritual existence, and for this purpose we must endeavor tasyaiva heta pradati kovida. Kovida means one who is intelligent. Otherwise, those who are not intelligent, they think that I have got this life, I shall enjoy sense gratification, and there is no life after death. Krishna says, tatha dehantara prapti, but these rascals will say, no, there is no life. So, therefore Krishna has said, murhas, rascals, they do not accept what I am speaking in this Bhagavad Gita. Namāna duskita namurha papadanti narada. They got the chance of understanding Krishna, but they do not know. And the so-called rascal leaders, they are also misleading them, that there was no battle of Kurukshetra, there was no instruction like that. It is all mythology, and we can utilize it for our political purposes, but it has no value. I can interpret in my own way, you can interpret in your own way. Actually, this instruction has no value. Jatamat tatapa, you can interpret in your own way, I can interpret. In this way things are going on. This is the position. Therefore, our movement is being checked in the Western countries that this is a brainwash movement. Brainwash movement. That we are injecting some ideas by psychology, mental control, and our people, they are taking to it, and it is spreading like epidemic. How to check it? Therefore they are now taking action, how to stop this Hare Krishna movement in Europe and America. Of course, we are not afraid of this attempt. They will never be successful, rest assured, because we are pushing Krishna consciousness. Krishna was attempting to be killed from the very beginning of his life. That is the nature of this material world. How to kill God? God is dead. This is their attempt. So, from the life of Krishna, you can understand that so many attempts were made by the demons and the Rakshasas to kill Krishna, but actually Krishna killed them all. So, if you are sincere, if you follow the principle and push on this Krishna consciousness movement, nobody can kill you. You will go forward, rest assured. We are not going to be killed. That they are perceiving, that this movement is spreading like epidemic. The young men of Europe and America, they take him seriously. Professor Still St. Judah already has given his conclusion that this movement is not going to stop. It will go. That's a fact. Krishna cannot be killed. Neither his movement cannot be killed. Rather, those who are attempting to kill, they will be killed. But we must be very sincere, serious, follow the regulative principle and chant Hare Krishna mantra as you have been taught. Follow this principle boldly, and there is no fear. So, Rsabhadeva is Krishna. So, he became disturbed while walking on the street. He is not disturbed, but it is an instruction that if you are disturbed, you feel disturbed in this way, so you adopt this way, you sit down. Similarly, if they are disturbing too much, so we can sit down in one place and chant Hare Krishna. There is no difficulty. Krishna will send you all necessities. Tesam nityadi yuktanam jyothimam vaham. He promises. Krishna cannot say anything like. He is perfect. So, if there is actually impediments to push on this movement, people disturb too much, never mind. You sit down in one place and still go on preaching. Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna bole. People will come, stay in India. Why India? In your country also. If saintly person goes, they come. That is the practice in everywhere. So, you can sit down and still preach. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Amara Guru Haya, Taro Ei Desh. Ei Desh means where you are sitting, where you are living, any place. And sit down, Amara Guru Haya, Taro Ei Desh. But try to deliver these innocent persons who are suffering. Everyone is suffering. But that should be the motto. Do not sit idly, eat and sleep. No. Either loitering, wandering. I know our men in Krishna consciousness, they are bold enough. They have sometimes been beaten in the airport, but still they are so straightforward, suffering from the police, from the public. As a result, they were sometimes biting on his body, passing on his body. So much. He is the Supreme Personality of God, Rsabhadeva. So, he is teaching us that for the ultimate benefit of life, you prepare yourself to suffer all kinds of tribulations. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this instruction. Tinadapi suniche, karorapi sahisuna, amanina manadena, kirtaniyasa. You should not give up your preaching work. Kirtaniya sabha. If there are tribulations, as Rsabhadeva, he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vaikuntha. And he has no suffering. Haridas Thakur, he was beaten in 21 bazaars, regular with cane, because he was Mohammedan, and in those days the Mohammedan kingdom was going on, Pathan ruling. So the Qazi, he saw that one Mohammedan, he has become a devotee of Krishna. So he called him. So that with great fortune he became a Mohammedan, and now you are taking to Hinduism. You are so unfortunate. So he could understand that he is a rascal. What I shall talk with him and argue with him. He simply said, Sir, it is, what is the fault there? It's like so many Hindus, they sometimes become Mohammedan, and suppose if I have become a Hindu, then what is wrong there? So, the Qazi took it very seriously. You are answering? All right. Ordered him that you beat this man in 20 caning. So Haridas Thakur was beaten in public market. The idea was that beating he would die, but he did not die. Then the men who were given in charge to beat him, they became afraid that if this man is not dead, then the Qazi will take us very seriously, that we have not beaten him seriously. So they began to flatter him, Sir, unless you die, we will be dead. Our life is in great danger. So Haridas Thakur made a show of death, and he was brought before the Qazi, that yes, the body is dead. Sometimes this kind of tribulation are there. Jesus Christ, what was his fault? He was preaching about God or Krishna, that's what his fault, and he was crucified. So this is the word. This is the word. As soon as you become, this is Maya's arrangement. Maya, as soon as she sees that this man is going out of my hand, she will put so many tribulations, and we have to tolerate. Tinada Vishunichi, Taruru Vishunichi, Amani Namani, Kirtani Sada, but you cannot stop Kirtan, that is not. So, I should learn from the Mahajana Dinagata Sapantha. Learn from the Mahajan. Mahajan means the devotees. Mahajan is also addressed in India to the Banias, means the mercantile class. Mahajan. The Brahman is addressed as Pandit, and the Kshatriya is addressed as Thakur, and the Vaishyas are addressed as Mahajan, and the Sudras are addressed as Chaudhuri. This is Indian etiquette. So we are not talking of this Brahmya Mahajan. Mahajans are described in this Shastra, 12 Mahajan. Sambhu Narada Sambhu Kumara Kabira Manu Prahlada Janaka Bhishma Bali Vaiyasaki Vayam. They are 12 Mahajans, and we have to follow this Mahajan. The Rsabhadeva is also Mahajan, and the greatest Mahajan is Krishna. Nitya Nityana, Chetana Chetanana. Jana, Jana means life, and Mahajana, the Supreme Person. So Mahajana Jina Gata Sapanta. Don't argue unnecessarily. Tarka pratishtha suto vivinya. You cannot come to conclusion by this method or that. Just try to follow. Sadhu marganugamanam adu udvasram sadharma precha sadhu marganugamanam. We have to follow the footprints of great saintly persons, devotees, Mahajan, here is Rsabhadeva. But in the Kali Yuga, it is not possible to imitate Ajagar Vritti. It is not possible because we are already so weak. Manda samanda matayo, manda bhagya umuddata. This is our position. We are very unfortunate. Every one of us are very bad, manda, bad habits. So it is not possible to imitate Rsabhadeva or Haridas Thakur. Don't imitate, but try to follow. Anusara. Anukaran is not good. Anukaran means false imitation. That is called anukaran. And anusaran means to follow. Try to follow as far as possible. So, we have got good opportunity to follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is intelligence. Jaggai sankirtanai prai jajantihi sumedhasa. There is no need of unnecessarily accepting tribulation, which is impossible in this age, because we are so much disturbed. We are already dead, just like animals. Therefore, it is a special concession. Kalo dosa nidhi raja, hi asti eko mahaniguna. Kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha. Simply try to chant Hare Krishna mantra very sincerely, without any offense, then it is not possible to imitate or even follow Rsabhadeva's process of self-realization. And the collision, it is not possible. But as it is recommended in the Shastra, as Rsabhadeva in his another incarnation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is teaching Kalau nasti gatirannatha. Hare Nama, you chant Hare Krishna and you will get perfection. Thank you very much.